let me start by saying Tomlin's attitude, Dominique, where he talks about, what is it? You mentioned it before. Excuses are the tools of what? The incompetent or whatever it is. The point is that attitude is the reason that he's able to go 8-8 without a quarterback last year. That attitude serves him well. But as someone analyzing the situation, I don't have to have that attitude as an analyst observing it, impartially, objectively. He needs that to give him the juice to get things done that are improbable. But if we're just describing what happened, they were undefeated. They had a soft schedule. There's no two ways about it. They had close wins when they had tough games. They got to the rough part of their schedule. Understand, when they were forced to take a week 4 bye, they were supposed to have an enormous advantage hosting a divisional rival on a short week at home, right? Statistically, that's a big advantage. They had to give it up. So now they're supposed to have a mini bye later in the season. They have to give that up too, both times because of COVID, neither time because of anything to do with them, okay? So now they play 3 games in 13 days, just when the schedule gets tough. You know what I see? I see a 38-year-old quarterback. You're right. There's no deep threat, really, until for some weird reason, the end of the game when they didn't need to go deep and he throws into multiple coverage, right? But the point is he has a 38-year-old quarterback who can't throw the ball deep. He doesn't have an offensive line that can block for the run. He has an injured defense that, as a result, is playing not as well as they did, and a tired team just as the schedule got tough. Like, those things are all true. He's still sitting on 11 wins.
That works to explain a lot of things. And I agree with you. I like Mike Tomlin's mindset, but that we don't have to adopt his mindset to analyze him or analyze anybody else. So I'll put that aside. But that explanation works when you lose to the Bills. The Bills are good. The Bills are a legitimate threat in the AFC. I'm fine with that. They lost to Washington and Cincinnati. They are 9-18-1.
Washington.
And if you take away the two, if you combine those two teams, they're 9-18-1.
Washington can play,
These
guys.
are not good football teams.
I get it, but just like
stop it.
Look, you're pointing out that I'm playing a little.
Don't do
that.
Hold
on. What you're pointing out that I'm playing a little fast and loose with the 11 wins, and then they're tired because the Bengals. You're supposed to beat the Bengals without Joe Burrow, no doubt. Don't act like Washington's not a quality win, especially at the time. At the time they played them, Washington can play defense. Washington's an ascending team, guys. So, don't lump in Washington with the Bengals.
Who you picked to win the
I
game?
agree, that's a bad divisional loss.
Max, how can you say that? You've been on this show.
Hold on. I thought the Steelers would beat Washington, but only because even in a win against the Ravens, they got chewed out as though they lost. So I thought they would have the juice necessary to avoid a trap game. They didn't, and they were playing on a short week, and Washington's been hot.
This conversation is about how much blame Mike Tomlin deserves. I think we all agree that he deserves the credit for 11 wins. And we all agree that situations have gotten difficult. But I would say if you lost one game to Washington, we can chalk that up to the team overlooked it. You lose a game to Buffalo, you can chalk it up that maybe Buffalo's better than you and potentially it's just a tough situation. Then you lose again when your back's against the wall. You start to need to win. You've lost 2 in a row. You understand that the people in the division are closing on you. You understand that you're going into the playoffs. How do you get into that situation and not blame the coach when you lose to a team that is starting Finley? They don't even have their best player, their quarterback, in that primetime situation. You can't even assume that the players aren't up for that game. They are up for that game. It's Monday Night Football, and they know that they need to stop this losing streak. If they lose in that point, I'm sure you can blame a lot of people. You can say they're not physical.
What do you want Tomlin to
do this?
You can say a bunch of stuff, but you can't say that the coach doesn't deserve some blame. Go ahead, Swagoo.
Don't do this with Max, man. Max know damn well the Steelers wasn't supposed to lose to the Bengals, and he know damn well Mike Tomlin deserves some of the blame. And then go talk that foolishness about the Washington football team. You've been saying all year the NFC East sucked, and ain't no good teams in the conference. Now that's a understandable loss. No, nobody expected the Pittsburgh Steelers to lose to the Washington football team, and we damn sure didn't expect them to lose to the Bengals. No one,
What?
even the Bengals, didn't expect the Pittsburgh Steelers to lose to them last night.
Washington was what, their third game in 13 days, or was that their fourth in 19 days? And they were ascending at the time.
Max,
Guys, I'm not going to sit here and pretend Washington wasn't playing well at the time, and they were playing defense, and Pittsburgh was on a short week. And what does RC always say when he's on this show? What does RC always say the best time to play the Ravens or the Steelers are? After they play each other. It's an emotional letdown. I can't make an excuse for the team losing to the Bengals. Did they look tired to me? Yes. Did the offense, did Fitchner, like his kind of very conservative game and predictable game calling, catch up to them? Yes. But guys, more than anything, what it looked like to me was you have an old quarterback who can't throw the ball down the field. So they're compensating with these short passes, and they don't block for the run. So when you say, well, Tomlin's got to figure it out, he's got to make lemonade out of lemons, Domonique, he's mostly done that. They had a bad loss yesterday, but mostly he's done that.
I mean, maybe your expectations for that team is different than the expectations that they have and the expectations that we all had. We thought they were going to be Super Bowl contenders because last year they were so good without a good quarterback. They bring back their quarterback, and they haven't been what you expect. You can point to that record and all those 11 wins. They had the easiest schedule of anybody in the league up until that point. That was impressive to win all those games and not drop any, but it didn't make them Super Bowl contenders. And I think we're understanding who this team really is right now.
Max know that, Foxy. Stop. Don't buy into that foolishness Max talking about. He knows that. He know we not talking about the damn Steelers in no context of just winning games. We talking about the Steelers in the context of playoffs and what they can do as far as a Super Bowl. Stop telling everybody watching this show about the 11 wins. They have sucked the last 3 weeks.
Guys,
they've been bad, and the coach deserves some of the blame. That's the bottom line.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.